Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Trekyards, the Badlands edition. He's Commander Cockings.
And here's Marquee Leader Foley, you know, fighting those darn French, I don't know, Canada. The other faction you have up there, I don't know.
We've managed.
We have Scottish, so, we've all got our things.
We've managed to cut through the communications problems that this plasma storm has caused us to communicate with you guys about the Badlands from Discovery season 5 episode 8 Labyrinth.
Although you say that, but they effortlessly communicated to Reese. No issue at all.
He was just into you
Sure.
can see the blue of the. It's fine.
Yeah, just saying. We get the new Badlands. I was very, very Stuart last week. We saw a vision. I was like, okay, it's a lightning storm. Doesn't make sense. They'll go Badlands next week. Cool. And of course, it still doesn't make sense because the ship was not in the Badlands 600 years ago. They said they've been there a century, so the thing couldn't have known at the Badlands. So that's a plot hole. Whatever. Moving on.
Well, no, I said it before. The thing in the book is transmitting where it is in real time, not what was 800 years ago.
How is a 24th century key card metal transmitting across the galaxy through the Badlands?
That's what's going on, though. It's not imprinted that it's where it was. That's where it's going to be 800 years from the future.
I mean, we got sonar in space and tracking spore jumps to other so F it, right? They don't care. Anyway, Badlands. Now, unfortunately, this is the Badlands.
Told you.
Luckily, we weren't in it that much. They sort of ignored it quite quickly once they got through them to a cloud bit. I don't know, there were pockets of green, whatever, but okay. What do you think of the new Badlands, Stuart?
I don't care either way. I think the old ones looked way better, but you know what people are going to say? Those old visual effects wouldn't look good today, so we got to update that thing there so it looks good for the modern audience, don't you know, eh? Because that's what's going to be said.
But they were not updated, they were changed.
I know they were. Same with everything else that they've changed, because it wouldn't look good.
It's not recognisably the Badlands. I wouldn't have ever said they're the Badlands.
Yeah.
Just the fact that they're it looks like a plasma storm. Badlands isn't a plasma storm. It's a plasma storm with typhoon things. It's very, very specific. This is not Badlands.
Yep. This is a different region of the Badlands. The swirly things, those are just in a certain layer that they're not in right now.
Then why put in the Badlands if you're not going to show what people know as the Badlands? What is the point?
Because people know what Badlands. They've heard that before.
Because they want to hear.
Why did they put in the Briar Patch?
That'd be cool. So they want to hear the member berries, but not put the effort in to make the member berries. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is more representative of the Briar Patch, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I mean, still no, but more. I mean, as a still, when it's moving, there's lightning. That's not so much Briar. But yeah, visually, yes, there's definitely more Briar Patch. It looks nice, but when I saw this, I instantly thought of because visually, Discovery does very good space anomalies. Like from a rendering perspective, they've always done very good ones. No shade on the actual technical. But as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, it looks like the Great Barrier, which also had lightning storms, and it's just that again, but a little bit different, right? I didn't. But let's go back and see what is the Badlands in the past. So here's from Caretaker. Very distinct thoughts. Now you're re-looking.
Yeah, that's what I remember it as. I mean, I was hoping they'd have something similar to this, even if it's a little updated visually. But no, there's nothing like this. Again, it could be a different region, or it could have evolved over 800 years to become much more of an intense plasma storm. If that is the case, I wish there would have been a line of dialogue representing that.
But again, why place it there if you're not going to use it?
You're asking the wrong person.
I am. Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it's like saying. Actually, it is. It's like saying, right, we're going to go McDonald's, and they're in the future, and the logo's now not the M. It's not yellow. It's not called a Big Mac, and the inside's all different. But we still went to McDonald's, but it didn't look like McDonald's at all because it evolved. Then why go to McDonald's if it doesn't? There's no point in that except the name value at the script, but nothing about it looks the same. Or you can't license McDonald's except the name, so everything in it is wrong. It's like, well, you didn't gain anything if you lost something because you put expectations in the audience and you didn't achieve them, right?
Well, stop saying McDonald's because we have to pay a certain amount for every time you say it. So stop it.
Okay, sorry. And it is funny, of course, this is dated in the sense of you can tell, I can tell, it's sort of flat, gaseous, moving textures with some simple, which at the time are very cool animated things. But visually, this is the easy thing to recreate. You just make the top and bottom more dynamic and bold and more 3D. You can see through them a little bit, and the storm's more particle-y. Done. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's actually very, very updatable while being identical. Because this still looks... Because this is artistically interesting, right? You understand that they are locked in this maelstrom, and the only thing, this is what I got from it, the only way these people can fly safely is to go through the middle bit, which is safer than the clouds, but because, as in passively, but dangerous because any typhoon can start any time and kill you. So it's a safe passageway of death. That's the dichotomy of it, right?
Just a higher percentage of making it through.
Yes. Now, we're fair on Trekyards. This is the evolution through time, because that was Caretaker, and it was invented for Caretaker, so that's what it was. That's the original art design. This is how we saw it in DS9. We've got two appearances. We've got the first appearance up top, second appearance down below, and there'll be a little labeling later on as well. So the first time it reappeared, the same, but a bit more smoky, a bit more brown, sorry. Second time, which is when they dealt with Edison, it's just filmed fire. Like, you can... Yeah. What do you think? Because I actually hadn't remembered the second set of shots.
I didn't either, but this is more representative of what we got in Discovery. Like, they took this one, the last version of it, and like updated it for Discovery. But again, I have a feeling that the Badlands is a very expansive area, and on the outer edges, it could be much different than the actual like part that we've seen in Voyager and stuff. But I mean,
although given the outer edges almost killed a 32nd century ship, how is Voyager cruising straight through the outside, getting into the middle bit, and surviving flawlessly? Clearly the outside is not dangerous, it's the middle bit that's dangerous.
Maybe the outside is the not dangerous part that Voyager went into, and the deeper you go in, the worse it gets, and it looks like that.
But then Discovery went through the outer bit.
Yeah, but they didn't show that part because they wanted to get to the point of the episode. So they just showed us the hardest part.
So you're saying they could have just seen typhoons behind them?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd been great.
See it. Yeah, we just didn't see it.
Oh well. And like I say, yeah. So the bottom to me is I think I read they just filmed like fire and put it, and it's very boring and generic. It's just obviously space fire. Like, it has no character to me. It's more dynamic in that all these subtle movements, but it's just a fire cloud. That's not the art design of Badlands, right? So here is the outside again of Badlands. Not at all the same. It's just a giant electric storm that's coloured red, right? Now, people can say, what about the inside? Well, here's the inside, Stuart. It's a giant electric cloud with red lightning.
Yep.
It looks more like Mordor, like the Volcano of Doom. Like, it's just... And the next shot, again inside, and they get struck by lightning. Again, it's just a giant firestorm. This is nothing like what I would envision Badlands to be. You?
No. I expected this release. I'm just saying.
And then this is a comparison and dates, because, you know, it appeared back to back to back, and sort of, I wouldn't say tech improved, because the pilot episode obviously put more money in. So I think the first one looks better than the second one, because they put more money in for the shots. But they had to do it on a TV budget for the second one. I think it looks more plain. And then, you know, years later they changed the art design a bit, or they wanted to give Edison, you know, a different vibe, because of course,
yeah,
that's the him one. But yeah,
wow,
that's the comparison.
To be fair, even on Earth, storms, there's ebbs and flows. Even in thunderclouds and stuff, things get more turbulent and then they calm down, and depending on environmental factors in the area, I could see the storm changing and whatever. It just could be more volatile at this stage of its existence for like 100 years, and then for 50 years it's way more calm. I don't know. I can see something like that. It is a storm, so I can see things like that being a factor. So That's just plain devil's advocate. That's why it seems more intense right now, and I have no problem with that. That's why Discovery was having a hard time, but Voyager got through because it was relatively more quiet then, which for them was still treacherous, of course. But I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, it's like saying all Andorians are blue. They wouldn't all be blue because look at how many races we have on our planet. Of course, it'd be other colours of Andorians. It's silly to think they're all blue.
That's continental divide and stuff that might
exactly
have happened on Andor. So,
you know what I mean? Like, you can say anything that still makes some sense, but you'd still want to see a blue Andorian with white hair because that is the art design. You can invent a green Andorian with purple dreads, fine, but you won't get the kudos. So saying Badlands and showing another entirely different art design, what's the point?
Yeah, I agree.
Because it could be any anomaly and achieve the exact same goal. And in fact, I'm somewhat shocked they could even, like, the idea of sporing through the Badlands also seems ludicrous to me. Because the anomaly, like, is 3D. Doesn't matter if they're in a pocket of less turbulence. Like, there's above and below them, there's still the storms. The fact they can spore in and out means they can now spore in and out verbatim to that spot and just see, like, that's done. That's unlocked, right? Like, it's meant to be a very dangerous place.
I would have preferred, if you want to have that Badlands reference in there, that they say it's a plasma storm, much like the Badlands, only more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the Badlands evolved into this, had a collision with something, and it became much more turbulent.
Yeah, or even you say, we're going to the Eltic Expanse. What's that? Oh, it's the Badlands, the Gamma Quadrant. Oh, is it? Ooh.
Yes. Perfect.
Done. Yeah, it's just, would have been very nice to see real Badlands.
Yeah. But we have in this video. And if you liked that, hit the like button.
That was nice. That was smooth. I like that.
Cool. Smooth. Like there's no storm at all. It was smooth sailing. But comment down below what you thought about the comparisons, whether you realized this was a thing. If you haven't watched Voyager or DS9 for some reason, go check them out.
It's true if you haven't. I mean, it's in so few episodes. It's fairness. A lot of people don't even know what Badlands are. This is just a storm, right? In fairness. But that's what Trekyards is for.
The name says it all. Badlands. So, but the good lands are down in the comments, so go comment down there. And by all means, like I said, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and click notification bell icon so you don't miss any of the turbulent storms of discussions that we have, whether it be live or our calmer, more cool edited content.
And if you want to enjoy live lands, it's our lives. We do every single week, talk about Trek and sometimes other franchises, reviewing these shows, old shows, and looking at really cool topics, and even game shows, which we love your interaction with. Then join us lives, super chat as part of the game, or your comments, your questions, whatever, or super thanks on any video, same thing, but pre-recorded and pre-donated, I suppose, or monthly, patreon.com or youtube.com, our channel /join. Ooh, join button, go. And just all the ways. It all helps.
Do it. Anyway, until next time, he is Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.